Hey, it's Lee. In the last message, I talked about the Vibes Project reaching a milestone, and a lot of you are probably wondering, like, what is this thing that he keeps talking about with the Vibes Project? And I have to admit, over a year of writing about it, I'm still figuring that out a little bit myself. We did get to a little bit of a milestone, so I do want to start from the beginning a little bit and invite you to kind of join me in this idea because I think that once you start to see it, it's hard to unsee it. So the idea started with, just our social lives. Like when we meet people, when you meet someone, shake their hand, talk to them, you get a feeling from them. Most people do, and it's like a vibration, right? You don't see it, but you feel it, and it kind of tells you something about them. And I was wondering, like, what is that? Like, why is it different for people? Why do some people have one vibe versus another? And like, what are they? What are the variety of ways that there are vibes that people have, and more importantly, like, where do they come from? Like, why do some people have one vibe versus another? And this simple question is something that has led me down a lot of rabbit holes. It's taught me a lot about neurodiversity and brain science and social science and all kinds of things that sort of go into answering the question that I say a lot in the newsletter is, why are we the way we are? And that's an age-old question. I'm not going to find that answer anytime soon. But I think there's this experience that virtually everyone has when we interact with people, where we make impressions and we have perceptions of one another. And a lot of that stuff goes unspoken. We don't talk about it. And I think that there's an opportunity to actually start talking about it and think about, like, what's my vibe? Like, why do I give off the perception that I do? And I think if you start to think about it and understand it and think about other people, you can start to see that vibes are a way to think about how we can understand one another, find commonalities, and think about connections that maybe were hard to define before. I don't say that I have the answers. I'm really far from being able to say that there's true answers, but I love this question, and I think there's a lot of interesting discussion that can come from it. So for now, I just want to plant that seed in your head and think about those social interactions that you have and those feelings you get from people, where those come from. That's really what vibes are.